Welcome to my beautiful tribe and all the new people who are watching. Thank you very much for watching. And this is the second episode of A Joyful Life Beginning in 5D. And the energy is different. I'm getting so many wonderful phone calls and text messages from people that even though they're still having some heavy stuff leaving them, there is an energy of hopefulness in their core. There's a sense of feeling loved and connected. And so whatever they're going through is a little bit easier. It's a little lighter. Some people have been letting me know that their bodies are feeling less pain. One person who's had an emotional roller coaster has been feeling more calm. So the changes are occurring. They can be big and they can be subtle, and everything in between. So just know that you're on your path, you're on your way. I want to let you know that I canceled yesterday's Facebook Live. I was in bed in the throes of moving some really deep spiritual material from some past lives. And it just about undid me. And I was too weak to do anything. It wasn't until after 6:30 at night that I actually got out of bed. So it was a long day. And I'm happy to share with you what it was that caused that. And I think I've shared with all of you that I've been doing past life clearing for years and years and years. You know, to do 3,342 lives, it takes some time. And I actively started that process after the death of my husband in 1999. Not because I wanted to, but because my spiritual teacher had that on the agenda. So it's been going since then, releasing past lives and doing the forgiveness work, etc. Well, I've done all my forgiveness work and all my lives are neutral, in terms of no more curses, no more condemnations or judgments of others or even on myself anymore, except for what I might be doing ongoing in this life right now. But the memories of these lives, they're still in our cells and need releasing. So I'm just going to tell you a truth so that you understand that you and I are the same. We may have done different trajectories in terms of our spiritual development. You may have only had 200 lives. You may only have 1,200 lives. You may have not done this. And not everybody needs to do 3,000. That's those of us who are starseeds and light workers who've come in with a commitment to support awakening humanity or trying to awake up humanity, as the case may be. So one of my dear friends called me I don't know, it was around noon, I think, yesterday, and was letting me know excitedly what was going on for her. And I was in bed, not knowing what I was processing, but I knew that it was big. And then I was able to tag what it was due to a question that she asked. She was talking to me about the issues with her eyes. And we were looking at, I said, I wonder how long it will take in 5D for your eyes to get better. And we kind of got an answer. And then she asked me about my legs. Well, when are your legs going to get better? And I said, I keep seeing that they're going to be better, but I don't know the timeline. I don't know what's behind it. I don't know if there's anything more I need to do to get them to be better. So she held space for me in a prayer while I went up and I asked my higher self and my spiritual teacher, so what's the scoop with my legs? What's it going to take for my legs to get better? And because I have lived a lot of lives doing spiritual work as a healer, as a spiritual teacher in many different religions, as an herbalist, whatever it was, as a seer, I have a history. So I don't want you to think that I'm bragging or anything, because I'm not. This is, there's nothing to brag about when you come in to do service and you get slain. Um, so apparently, even though I have already forgiven what occurred in these 4 lifetimes, these were 4 lifetimes in which the core of me could no longer, I mean, I can love and trust God and have faith way, 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 way out there. And I know that I do it more than a lot of people. But there is that, it's like that step up the mountain, right? And this is like coming to another ledge of awakening and letting go, so to speak. So what they told me was that my legs were not going to get better until I could embrace the power of who I was in this body and allow it to move into my body in full and manifest. And I heard fearlessly, and I'm like, ah! So, I started to cry because I was just like, oh my God, whatever this feels, I knew that I was in the middle of it. But then once they said it was 4 lives in which I had beautiful lives, but horrific endings, I had so much faith and trust in God that the way my lives ended in those lifetimes, several times they ended while I was in samadhi, which means you are meditating, but you are not in your body. Your soul is up above your body. Like when Jesus said in the Bible, let thine eye be single, so that thy body shall be full of light. It was in one of those moments. And so I was out of my body and had no awareness that someone was going to hurt me. And I got killed in each one of those lifetimes, and twice in a holy temple, and once in my home, and then another lifetime. I won't even go into the gory details. I was a spiritual teacher, and I had hundreds of people that I was working with, and the authorities were in power and decided to do me in because I had too much influence. And so that part of me felt, and we're still processing it out, betrayed and abandoned by God. So yeah, that's what I've been moving. That's what put me into bed, and to just let those memories and the betrayal and the abandonment and feeling like, at what point can I trust God, and how far can I trust God with my life? Because clearly, when we look at the saints' lives, Jesus, many other saints in many lineages, and great spiritual teachers have gotten killed for holding truth, love, light, and wisdom. And so, I'm not special. I came in just like all the other light workers and all the other star seeds, and had to sacrifice myself to help humanity wake up. And so anyway, so I'm in the middle of releasing the need to be totally safe, to have a guarantee that I'm going to be safe in this body as a teacher, as a person who's trying to help others awaken and lead in whatever way that the divine is asking of me. And there's a part of me that wants this insurance policy, like, okay, I've done all this sacrifice already. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to get decapitated. I don't want to be tortured. I don't want to be set on fire. Whatever it is, I don't want it. And so there is kind of a little bit of a wall between me and the divine. It's like, how far, what am I willing to give? And what am I willing to give up? Like, do I want to stay that attached to my body that it's so important that I won't do the whole work that I'm capable of, or that they're asking me to, or that on some level I might have agreed to, because of my fear of annihilation in the body? Ultimately, we are not annihilated. We go on for forever, as we know, because we're spirit, and we're spirit in the body. And hey, if I've had 3,342 lives, then guess what? We go around more than once. So I'm working my emotional body around this. My head understands it. My emotional body is working with this. And again, today when I was meditating, it was a struggle. Moving through those memories, allowing them to be softened, to be healed, to be brought into the light, to be forgiven, to forgive everyone. And even though I'd already done that, on another level, I had to do it again. And this time I also had to forgive God for not protecting me, for not making me safe. And apparently there was some part of me that was expecting that. So anyway, that's a truth. And I hope that helps you understand that this journey is much bigger than what you and I think that it might be. Okay, so now some important information. I've got lots to share with you because it's an exciting time. So regarding when the healing starts in the body. So one of the things I've been teaching in the last couple of years is that when we move into 5D and we get our 24 layers built, that at some point, and I didn't understand that it wasn't not until after we entered this 5D path, that the cells will actually start revitalizing and moving to restoring and leveling their own resonance and ability to be well. So what I found out yesterday in working with people, and so it was really good that I didn't do a talk yesterday because I didn't have all this information yet. So what they showed me is that at whatever point in time that people have done their, this is a full 8 weeks, full 10 weeks, okay, have done their 2 weeks of getting in onto the 5D path. And remember, some of us started right away at the gate on, June 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th. And as I told you before, on the 5 o'clock on the 26th, I was fully in 5D. So from that point, and I move until July 7th for this integration time, after coming in to 5D, it's after that first 2 week period, then the 8 weeks begins of us moving fully into the resonance of the frequency of 5D. And when we do, and our body starts, ramping up all the body cells, including our bones, and so there's a lot of work going on internally to get us up to that level, then after that 8 weeks is when our body cells will start revitalizing. And what they had kept saying to me in this process, I think I've said it in a number of videos, is that we are going to be youthing, youthing, like getting younger. And so I don't know if youthing is a word, but it is now. So we're getting younger. And so our cells are going to get stronger, healthier. They've shown me, those people with debilitating illnesses, they will either be totally eradicated or eradicated to 70 or 80% of what they were. So they'll get a greater level of wellness going on. And I think it's depending on each soul's journey. There aren't, we don't know. Every soul has their own journey of what they've chosen to experience, and or what their karmas are. I have no idea how the divine works all that, but that is what they showed me. So I'm looking forward to that renewal, and I'm also looking forward to my legs getting way better and stronger and more normal. And so I'm going to do my work, moving whatever that wall is between me and God. So whatever work you folks have to do your forgiveness, canceling of curses, condemnations, judgments on others or yourself or God, the work needs to get done. It's like we can't carry that old repository of negative memories inside these beautiful bodies that are our spiritual vehicles to have a human experience and to work through our karmic dances that we have. And karma is not necessarily bad. It's actually pretty neutral. It's a cause and effect. So lots of people, as you know, have really beautiful karmas and really sweet lives, and some of us have struggled more. And so it's wide open. It's for everyone. Okay, so now that you understand that, any questions that you have, again, feel free to either put notes or comments on my One Illumined Heart Facebook page, or underneath the videos that get posted on One Illumined Heart on YouTube, or you can email me at info@oneilluminedheart.com, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. All right, now there was a question that came in regarding the word Om, A-U-M, and why do meditation groups or yoga classes or whatever start with Om or end with Om and making the sound. And so it is the original sound of the universe. It's very powerful, and it's not O-M. It's Om, actually, A-U-M, A-O-M, Om. So it's Om, right? So what I was given, and of course I'm open to hearing other schools of thought on this, but what I was given is that the Om sound clears, they said, the negative resonance that's in your body, in your emotional body, mental body, and physical body, helps to get it out of the body. So it puts in a positive frequency into your body. It can start clearing things up to 12 feet around you. The more you use that sound, the bigger the clearing can be. And so you may want to consider using that sound if it appeals to you, even before Christian prayers or Sufi prayers or Hindi prayers or Muslim prayers or whatever religion that you're connected to, Jewish prayers. Don't want to leave anybody big out, but there's lots of them out there. So just whenever you feel, you might play around with it and see, when you use that sound, how does it feel going through your body? And one of the things they did show me is some people have a block to receiving spiritual awareness, a block around the divine helping them, a block around feeling deserving or worthy of the divine's love and support. So that then if they were to say Om and use that sound to clear, if you have that block there, you can Om from here to kingdom come, and it's not going to do a whole lot. It will make some impact because sound has vibration that moves through our body and our bones. However, the true impact of the clearing won't happen unless you give permission. So even if you don't know whether or not you've got a block, it may be really beneficial for you to take a moment and just say, okay, I don't know if I have any blocks, but to Source or God, Creator, whatever you speak to, thank you. I give you permission. I give myself permission. I give my higher self permission and my angels permission to move beyond any blocks. I now give full permission from the depth of my soul that whatever spiritual practice I'm using, whether I'm using the word Om or I'm listening to, hold on, I hope you can see this, solfeggio, there we go, solfeggio frequencies, S-O-L-F-E-G-G-I-O. Many beautiful ones that have different purposes, and their purposes are all stated on each one. Listen to the ones that resonate with you, and it changes from maybe a few days one will work, and another time you'll need something else. Or you've had an emotional trauma, or you've had a physical illness, and you might want to do some cellular regeneration. Whatever you need, it's there. Emotional body mental uplifting, spiritual uplifting. They have so many beautiful ones. I highly, highly recommend you go to YouTube and find them. I subscribe to several of the people who put these solfeggio frequencies out because they are really soul healing and wonderful and supportive. So if Om can do that for a 12-foot circle around you, that's pretty darn good. to clear the negative resonance. And so naturally, when you're doing it in a group, like in a meditation or in a yoga class, it's going to have a huge impact. And I believe on YouTube there are some Om sounds with bells. It's really lovely, and you could just literally sit and listen to that and do it with it, so that you're not doing it by yourself, and you have the joy of hearing the bells and the joy of hearing other people doing Om with you, if that appeals to you. So I just wanted to answer that person's question, and I appreciate very much the question, and I love the answer, because the more people ask me something, the more I get to know, because I'm only given what I ask or what I'm supposed to know or share. All right, so I'm wondering how all of you are doing out there. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to wet my whistle. And this is, I love my Buddha cup. My one of my dear friends gave me what was it? Chakra teas. They're called chakra teas. Chakra, not Socrates, but chakra teas. And every chakra had a different tea and different formulas, and lovely. And this cup came with it, and I just absolutely adore it. So, all right. So, please do ask me questions. I've answered several people in Messenger who had personal questions about where they are or what was going on. So know that I'm available, and I will keep doing this. I will do another live tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock again. I may end up changing this time to an earlier time in the day, if that ends up being better for me, or I might do a couple evenings, and I'm in the middle of working that out, and I'll post it and let you know whether, what days will be at what time. I will try to keep disseminating information. I know that tomorrow they would like me to share some information on who starseeds and light workers are, and why is it we need to heal ourselves and heal them, and who it is. So tomorrow we'll be doing a little bit of that, and who it is that those of us who have made it across this threshold first, who are holding between levels 13 to 16 spiritual frequency, who it is that our job is right now to help continue to lift up and move forward. And everyone else can also do it by go listen to my YouTube videos on how to get started in lifting your spiritual frequencies, and doing the right diet, but also doing the spiritual work along with it. We're here to help everyone lift up. But remember, the last gate entry is in January of 2023, one in November, one in January, and that gate will be open, I believe, until the end of March. So, we only have a limited amount of time before 3D goes into massive dissolution, which will be very uncomfortable for most people. So let's get this job done now and get as many people as we can to that higher frequency where we can co-create in love and delight and joy with one another, with the planet, with the animals. I mean, I'm even though it's been a tough couple of days, there is this sense of feeling so loved and so supported. Like, even though I have resistance to letting go of this thing with God, they're literally holding my hand to help me move forward. And just know that that same love and that same support is there for you, because you're no different than I am. I'm not special. I've just chosen to be awake, chosen to do love, chosen how to practice forgiveness. And oh my gosh, I've made so many mistakes in my life. I'm still making them. So forgiving. It's to be done. And so tomorrow we will talk a little bit about the healing of starseeds and light workers, and then let's see, on Friday I'm going to be talking about how to forgive leaders in government, leaders in the world, how to stop the, I guess, the chaining them down to their negativity. How do we break that open? And even big corporate heads of, who might be expressing a lot of greed and selfishness, whatever it is that we get judging on, how to move through that. So I'm going to present that on Friday. Okay, so now it is time to do our light language. I'm going to get myself a little more comfortable here. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do light language, hold on. That's right, I forgot. So I have this beautiful deck. It's called the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And I just asked, I said, should I pick a card from here today for the group? And it got yes. And it's interesting. I got this beautiful card. Let's see here. It's hard for me. It's called Himalayan Passage. And if you can see the mountain and all the different separations and the Om sign in the middle, which is kind of like the bridge between the lower self or lower world and the upper world within your own self, right? And I thought this, and it's called Rebirth. This card is Rebirth. And isn't that what we're all doing right now? We're doing rebirth. We are rebirthing ourselves from 3D reality into 5D reality. It is a rebirth. And how exciting that we have an opportunity. It's kind of like having an opportunity to do a do-over, right? Yeah, do-over in a new level of consciousness. So anyway, let me just see here. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it gave us, is that it's the last paragraph on this one is very sweet, on the rebirth, the Himalayan passage. Thank Spirit for the opportunity to learn, grow, and change. Know that the ultimate gifts are healing and transformation. Use the sound of the Om to release any trauma and incorporate these insights into your present. So I hopefully that was helpful for you. I thought it was apropos. Okay, so since we had the Om symbol come up, I know I usually start with colors. Today, are we going to do a color, or can we just do Om? Hold on a minute, I'm asking my guides. Oh, so this is what they're saying. They would like us to start with royal blue, the consciousness of the divine or God, connected to the human soul and the body. So again, give permission to your higher self and to the divine or source to allow a minimum of 2,000 feet around you to a maximum of probably 7,000 is as far as I know that we go. Give permission for that color to be around you and run through you. And let's do that right now. So you might feel more receptive and open if you have your palms, face up on your lap or on your chair. Taking in some quieting breaths. Feeling your focus in your third eye and allowing that centering of your focus on your third eye to create this beautiful long straight line through your body all the way down into the ground. Even if you're on the 30th floor of a building, it can still go all the way down into the ground. Ground yourself in this amazing amount of love and support and divine wisdom that this royal blue light, the power of this royal blue light, to run around you and through your body. So let me go ask my guides, would it be good for them to use any mudras? Yes. Okay, so the mudra that they're suggesting for this with the Om symbol for today, because of the light language I'm going to be using now in a moment, is to put the index finger and your thumb together and just sit like this, holding them together. When you breathe and you can, if you open up your hand fully again, Feel the energy and how it moves through you. And if you close those fingers, how does that change? So what I'm feeling is from this more expanded open with all my hands, with all my fingers I mean, is when I put my thumb and finger together, it brings a centering, like I'm getting more concentric, more connected to my core. So let's do that. Close your eyes. And that's just together. Do the Om symbol 3 times. Taking in some nice deep breaths and blowing it out. Hopefully you feel more centered. If you can stay there, that is good. I'm going to do light language now. I'm going to thank the divine for bringing in whatever codes they want me to say to open up for all of you. And probably myself too. Alrighty. You might find it helpful to either stay in the position where you are, or you might be called to take your left hand across your heart and across the bottom of your thymus gland. Just have a little bit of a bridge of connecting the two. Letting your spiritual energy flow into you. Connect with it. Call all your angels in to love and support you. Allow the strength of that royal blue light to love and support you. O ata, e mio mono ata. Ke o opotoka atamio. E tua masa e so u ataia o manoa ai. Te usu mono ata kaya mono asai otu. Ke a. E tu asaya mana o ata koto o asi. Moto ana, o tua sa, o tua, e tua, se tu. E te omono ati o te wasana ke o fotu. Ata saya omono, ata ke o omono ai o tu. E te amana koa, e se e te e mono aya. A se e mono aya so to ke o. E mono o pupata e tasai. Ke o ono asai o mono. Ai e tu, katamaya, o so, atanee, o tu, ata boom, ata boom, ata boom. Aya, sotoko yo, omatakai o mono wa, asai o to. Teia, amana o ata. Kata asa poto manai. Poto ataya. Poto aya. Poto atai. Otu. Ataye omono ai. Sati omono. Ata kotu. Ata o. Ata saya. Omono u. Ata. Omono u. Aya. May you choose to see the breath of love and the breath of life and bring it in to your body, your mind, and your heart. Choose the opportunity to connect with divine love and light, for that is who you are. That is how you can recreate a new co-creation in our world. Remembering who you are, remembering who the other person is, we're all divine. If the other person is forgotten, our job is to help them remember. They're asking us to choose the joy that is awaiting for us in the now moment and every moment thereafter, letting go as much as we can of attachment to wanting things to be a certain way, including wanting somebody else to be a certain way. We need to let that go because everyone has their unique expression of who they are, why they are here. Even the dark has its purpose. Part of it is to test the light. Part of it is they get lost, like I did in my early lifetimes on the planet as a human. The smorgasbord or supermarket of life is huge, and all the different lives and all the different experiences that you can have. So let's stop judging, embrace the joy, embrace the truth and the beauty of who you are, connect with your divinity, your source, and align as much as you can in any moment and move forward. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Much love, and may grace and mercy and abundance, internal harmony, and the willingness to see life from a different perspective be yours. All right. Om and namaste. Bye-bye. Till tomorrow. Take care and God bless.